Okay, here's our first unseen. This is the unseen of Tarquinius Superbus, written by Eutropius. We've got the unseen here. Take a look at it, pause it, translate it, and then I'm going to go through the translation with you afterwards. Okay, the first sentence. Lucius Tarquinius Superbus, septimus atque ultimus regum volscos, quae gens non longe ab urbe est, vicit gabios et suessam pometiam subegit, cum tuscis pacem fecit, et templum Jovi in Capitolio aedificavit. That first sentence then. Whenever you're looking at this sort of standard of Latin and a very long sentence like this, you want to be able to fit the different pieces together, but look at it as a whole. Don't look at the individual bits first, where you look at it as a whole, and then look up the individual words that maybe you don't know. Then look at the endings, get it clear in your head before you put anything to paper. Okay, let's work through this sentence together. The first sentence then. Lucius Tarquinius Superbus. There's nothing too tricky there. We know that that's a nominative. The seventh and last of the kings. Now, volscos, I look at that and I think that's got an os ending. That means it needs to be accusative. So I'm looking for a verb, a main verb. And for that, I look down the sentence and I find vicit. He conquered the Volsci, which is est, quae, relative pronoun, which is a tribe not far from the city. Comma. Subegit, we've got there, he subdued suessa pometia. Comma. Fecit, he made pacem, peace, with the Etruscans. And et, he aedificavit, he built a temple to Jupiter on the Capitoline. Look at the endings of each of the different words. It's an old-fashioned way of translating Latin, but it works, which is, first of all, start off by finding your main verb, then find your subject, and find your object. And in this case of this sentence, you have to put your subject in yourself. The subject is contained within the verb, as so often happens in Latin, and as so often tricks people. As we said, he was the last king of Rome, the seventh. Easy to remember because of the 7 hills of Rome. He was the last one. His name, incidentally, was Tarquinius Superbus. He got the name Tarquin the Arrogant or Tarquin the Proud because he refused to bury his father. I'm sorry, not his father. He refused to bury the previous king, who was not his father, Servius Tullius. And this is where he gained the name of Tarquin the Proud. Postea, ardeam oppugnans, imperium perdidit, nam filius eos nobilissimam, feminam Lucretiam, colatini uxorem stupravit, eaque, cum de injuria marito et patri et amicis questa esset, in omnium conspectu se occidit. This bit, you notice there that the oppugans, I was obviously testing you to make sure that you recognise that should have an N. Afterwards, oppugnans. The present participle here, using that alternative rather than just go attacking Ardea, we're actually going to say while attacking Ardea, the town. Afterwards, while attacking Ardea, perdidit, he lost the kingdom, I would say, actually, rather than empire. I notice I've written down empire, and Rome is not an empire for another few hundred years, so he lost the kingdom. Nam eos filius, for his son. Now, we look at this next bit, nobilissimam, feminam, Lucretiam. That is an accusative, so we need to find which verb is going to make that the object, and it's stupravit, which we said here means rape, stupro. So afterwards, while attacking Ardea, he lost the kingdom. For his son raped a very noble woman, superlative nobilissimam, raped a very noble woman, Lucretia, the wife of Colatinos. And she, when she questa est, temporal clause of a deponent verb, when she had complained de injuria, about the injustice, to her husband and to her father and to her friends, se occidit, killed herself, in omnium conspectu, in the sight, omnium, of everyone. Propter quam causam Brutus populum concitavit et Tarquinio ademit imperium. Propter, on account of which cause? Brutus, on account of this cause, you could say, on account of this reason, Brutus, I've said there for concito, stirred up, you could say stirred up or aroused the people, and ademit, and took the kingdom from Tarquinius. This is obviously not the Brutus that is famous later on for stabbing Julius Caesar. This is a different Brutus. This is that famous Brutus's ancestor. One of the reasons actually why they wanted to get Brutus into the conspiracy against Julius Caesar was because of, I suppose, his lineage, was because of his descent from this famous man Brutus who freed Rome from the monarchy, from the kings. Mogs exercitus, qui civitatem ardeam cum ipso rege oppugnabat, eum quoque reliquit, veniensque ad urbem rex portis clausis exclusus est, cumque imperasset annos quator et viginti cum uxore et liberis fugit. Soon the army, which was attacking the state of Ardea with the king himself. At this stage, the king was at this stage, then, as we said, Lucius Tarquinius Superbus was actually besieging the city of Ardea. So soon, the army, which was attacking the city of Ardea with the king himself, also reliquit. What do we want to say? Also left him. Also, I'm trying to think of a better word than left, but I can't think of a better word than left at the moment. So, also, I was going to say deposited, but that sounds appalling. Also left him. And the king, coming to the city, portis clausis, one of our favourite phrases, the ablative absolute, when the doors had been closed, or after the doors had been closed, exclusus est, perfect passive, was locked out, was excluded. Cumque imperasset, and when he imperasset, an alternative form of the pluperfect subjunctive being used here in a temporal clause, and when he had ruled for 24 years, he fled with his wife and his children. And that's the end of our translation. And obviously, at this point, Rome ceases to be a monarchy and begins to be the republic about which they were so proud, and particularly Cicero, writing De Republica. Anyway, that's for another lesson. Well done, we finished off our first unseen translation. Hope you enjoyed it.